Alright, Chimp Caverns. Now, this is going to be the last world. Things are going to start getting a lot more difficult. Alright, here we are, tanked up trouble. So we got these fuel cans to pick up. Again, you know, it's a new mechanic really late in the game, so you kind of have to respect that. You know, this is the final world, yet still, you know, we're kind of throwing new things at it. So we got to pick up the fuel, and the number of dots on the fuel canister is how many units it will refill. That's obviously a full one. And that one as well. And they'll start going down in various increments. We'll pick up some 3s, we'll pick up a bunch of 1s later on. That's when it starts getting a little bit more hectic. We can go over here and grab the O if we want, might as well. Nothing else to really do while that's moving up. And kind of takes them, you know, off the beaten path here. And see, there's a 3, so it'll bring it back up to 4. And you can, there's a barrel down there you can drop into to get that last fuel tank, but you don't need it, so I don't usually bother. And now they're going to make you start working a little bit more to grab those fuel tanks. It can be a little tricky sometimes because you'll end up jumping off the screen, so you just kind of have to really try to gauge where you're at. It can be a little tough to do. Alright, now this one you need to roll this tire onto the platform. So, just like that. Because you gotta grab that. If you don't, I'm pretty sure it ends up dying out before you can get to the next one, so... it's a little bit tricky there. The end's underneath if you want to stay on the platform. And a full refill, nice. Alright, now this is where they're going to start giving us 1s, as you can see. Things are going to get a little crazy. We're moving kind of quick. The thing's just about to run out of fuel. Like, you just barely save it before it falls. And then finally a full refill at the end. Phew, we made it. We're still got a little bit more platforming to do there. Alright, now I didn't get any bonus areas, so I gotta go back. I don't remember off the top of my head where those are, so I'll have to find them. Oh, it was right there. Okay, cool. I thought it was, but yeah, that one's pretty well hidden. I honestly don't blame myself for not remembering that. I don't remember if that's the only one, though. I guess we can see, because I was pretty much right at the beginning. So after we do this... Actually, I didn't even need to do that. I could have just said start and select then. I don't remember if that's the only one, or if there is another one. I guess we can see. Okay, yeah, that was the only one. Okay. So I didn't miss too much, and again, that one's really well hidden. Okay, Manic mincers. This is kind of an interesting cave. It looks very green, and we're going to have a lot of these. I guess these are called mincers. So, well, there you go. And, oh, I thought there was a bonus game there. That kind of threw me off when there wasn't. And we get Ramby. Now, Ramby is kind of a weird choice for this one, because he's not really one you think of when you think of precision jumping, you know? Because you got to make your way through these tiny gaps and everything. So, but, well, it's good for the extra hit anyway, so, you know, might as well take him. I know there's one in one of these walls. I'm pretty sure there is. There has to be. Actually, I think it's right down here after one of these guys. Oh, okay, maybe not. Oh, well, I can actually get the DK barrel. I thought you could break those. Well, I guess you can't. I swear I remember breaking them before, though. I don't know. Alright, let's see if we can make it through. Oh, almost. Okay, well, I can actually get them back here, thankfully. There's a bonus area right there. Alright, now we got 3 of these guys to jump on if we want. I'm not gonna bother. That's time-consuming, so we'll leave it be. Oh, man, yeah, I pretty much always end up losing him at some point. It's really tough to keep him. And we'll keep Donkey just because if anyone's going to get hit, I'd rather it be him. Because those are tough jumps, really, no matter which character you're using. Alright, let's see. Okay, there's not one there. There's not one there. I thought there was one on one of those. Okay, maybe not. Ooh, yeah, gotta watch out for that one. Oh man, I got hit anyway, huh? Okay, yeah, this is kind of a weird area. This area right here is sort of like a bonus area in that if you get hit, you don't actually, like, lose a chimp, or in this case, lose a life. You just kind of get kicked back out. It's really weird. I'm not sure why they did that area that way, but... Alright, so we got the TNT. Let's wait for the camera to scroll down so we don't jump on one of those guys. I know I'm skipping the DK barrel. But yeah, you need a barrel to do that with, so... Alright. And yeah, I don't know why I'm still really, like, actually playing these games. They're just fun, you know? I hate losing just, like, purposefully, you know? It feels like I'm kind of ruining it. And here we are at the exit. Nice. Alright, so next level, Misty Mine. And, let's see. Okay, yeah, this is the one that has a bunch of those enemy spawner barrel things. I don't know what's up with them, but we'll definitely take the DK barrel here. So just destroy a snake with it. Yeah, there's one bonus area here that can be a little bit of a pain to get, and the other one is actually pretty obvious, so I'm not too worried about it. The other one, though, I usually get on the first try, but I'll have to see how it goes. Hey, you just gotta watch out for all the snakes and stuff. Alright, there's the midpoint. Nice. Whoa. Alright, now it's on this one, I believe. You can just go straight down, and as you can see, there's a little path down here with a doorway. It's bonus area number 1. And here's where they actually give you the K, the O, the N, and, of course, the G. They just give you all 4 right there in that room. Gonna skip Espresso. Don't want him for this. Again, too fast-paced for me. Skip that thing. Let's see if we can actually maybe avoid playing all of the bonus games. That'd be kind of cool. I don't think I've ever done that before. Alright, now this one. We've got to take this TNT, and you got to be really careful, because if you need to hit it right here. And if you hit it on anything, it explodes, so... let's see, at this point, we're kind of closer to the midpoint, so I'm just going to, if I can... There was a cliff back here, yeah. Just gonna jump in there and die, so we can get right back to it. Awesome, I love doing that. You get a life for it. Alright, so we're back in the general area here. I guess we can go ahead and cut back in. Alright, here's the TNT barrel. Now this time, let's not screw it up. There we go. See, it's usually not too bad. I do it on the first or second try. Alright, so let's just get out of that one. Up to 77 lives now. Now, I believe that takes care of all the bonus areas, so we just got to get through the level. Well, thankfully, there's a DK barrel right there. Almost got hit again, though. Yeah, and he's good for the... I like using Donkey Kong, actually, for this section, because he really is a lot better on these armadillos. So it just makes life a lot easier. Alright, and there we go. There's the exit. Alright, getting pretty close now. There's only a couple of levels left. Next up is Loopy Lights. Again, we're adding another mechanic, though it is similar to, what was it, Stop and Go Station. We gotta hit the lights in order to turn them from off to on. There's a bonus area down here. It's denoted by the bananas again. And this is when you can basically just mash to get through. And again, this is one that you can do with the lights off, kind of like Torchlight Trouble was. I've seen it done before with the lights off, but I'm just, you know, you might as well turn them on, you know, not bother making things harder for yourself. And kind of the way I have this set up, it would be kind of hard for me to see on this TV with the lights off anyway. Like, I can't even see the floor right now, so I'm definitely going to be turning them all on. Although you can see bananas whenever the lights are off, so that would make that jumping a little bit easier if you, for some reason, didn't have them turned on. Yeah, and those guys jump whenever you do, of course, so you gotta kind of plan that out a bit. And of course, there's gonna be a light thing up there. Okay, yeah, now that one you actually need to take that barrel. I don't think there's going to be a way for me to get it back, so I may end up just dying here. Yeah, let's just die. We'll come back to it. Alright, so we're coming back here again. You basically just need to grab this barrel and run. It's a lot easier to do with Diddy Kong. If we can get this guy out of the way. There. Because there's a bonus area right there that you have to have that barrel for. So, you know, as you go along in the game, they start giving you bonus areas that are really easy to mess up. Wow, I'm actually really glad that I only had one of those ostrich things. I could have sworn I had two there. But, okay, well, I got kind of lucky. Now, at this point, it's really not too bad because the ground is basically flat, and thankfully you can see, like, the whites of the bees' eyes here, so even if the lights do go out on you, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, then we got this guy throwing barrels. Generally, if you just kind of run as fast as you can, the timing generally works out. Of course, I thought he was going to throw a barrel there, and he didn't, so that kind of threw me off. Then one more guy at the end. I bet a lot of people have died to him, not expecting it, but there we go, that's Loopy Lights. Now, at this save point, we should be at 98, because we are right next to the end of the game. Okay, we're at 97. Okay, apparently I'm just a little paranoid. I thought the save point percentage there was supposed to be 98%, but I actually checked because I didn't see anything I missed. I thought I was going crazy, but it is actually 97 you're supposed to have there, so I was right on all along, didn't miss anything. Nice. Alright, so there's, yeah, there's actually, like, one of the very few enemies that even Donkey Kong can't jump on. Now, you can see there's a bonus barrel all the way down there, so that's kind of a hint. You gotta jump right off of this thing and onto another platform that'll take you to the left. Obviously, jump out to the barrel. And we can spell Kong again if we want. I don't really want to, so we'll just skip it. This is actually the last normal level in the game. After this, there's the boss of this world, and then the final boss of the game, so we are very, very close to nearing the end. Although this level can be a bit of a pain. There's a lot of these platforms you gotta jump on, so we'll see how well we can do this. I usually end up dying a couple times at least on this level. And I hate that bee. I never have a consistent strategy for getting by him, so taking the hit there is okay. It's not really that big of a deal. I've kind of planned for it, you know. Right, so let's definitely take that one out. I don't want to... Whoa, I didn't think you changed direction there. That was also really close, and so was that. Making things exciting here on the final level, it seems. Dude, get away. Why are there so many armadillos here? Get the O if we want, which I'm not going to bother. I did kind of try for it, but I didn't get it. I'm not going to go back. Take the DK barrel. Now, you kind of want to hold on to barrels in this level because a lot of times the platforms will be kind of inhabited by creatures that, like the one in the beginning that even Donkey Kong can't jump on, and you'll need the barrel in order to actually knock him off and get on the platform. So it becomes good practice to sort of hold on to barrels as you get them. Yeah, and that was just my mistake. I wasn't really anticipating him there. So, okay, well, there's one death. Like I said, I usually die on this level probably a couple times, so... This time, that might be also a good idea to kind of use Donkey Kong here, but you can just roll through them. It's not that big of a deal. I just wasn't quite, you know, paying close enough attention. Alright, so yeah, these guys you can just bounce on. I don't know why I was bothering trying to actually get on the platform. Alright, so yeah, this is where you can see those are the guys that Donkey Kong can't jump on, so we're going to have to use the barrels to actually clear them off of the platforms, which can be a little bit annoying, but it's not too bad. Just make sure you hold on to all the barrels. As long as you throw them when you can kind of, you know, see them, you'll generally hit them. They're not that hard to hit, miss, or they're not that hard to hit, rather. Just make sure, you know, you kind of have to be on your toes a little bit here. This is where we're basically kind of towards the end of the level, and this is where it starts getting a little bit more crazy. Gotta grab this barrel. There we go. Now on this one, we want to go over to the right, because there's a bonus game down here. And if I'm not mistaken, this should be the final bonus game. It's for an on-guard token, which I am, of course, going to skip. That also means that I got away from this without having to play a single one of the helper life minigames. So that's probably the first time I've ever done that. You know, I know some of you may have wanted to see them. I don't really know most of them that well. I mean, I can get 8 lives on the ostrich one, but apart from that, you know, I really don't. I don't have too much to offer in that regard, so. Alright, we'll do Necky's Revenge, and we're down basically to the last 2 bosses. Now, this is obviously sort of a remake of the World 2 boss, except this time he's going to spit out an incremental number of nuts that we have to avoid. Obviously, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think 5 at the end, and that'll be the last hit. You can avoid them pretty easy, usually just by jumping on the trampoline. It's not too bad. I mean, it times itself out pretty well. There we go. Hit him again, he goes down. And that beats all of the worlds, and all that's left to do is to beat the final boss himself. So let's get to it. And it's going to be Gangplank Galleon. Now, those of you who have played Donkey Kong Country 2 may remember that the first level that you play in that game is actually Gangplank Galleon. So it's kind of cool that you end up at the same place. You know, you start out at the same place you ended up at in this game. Alright, and of course the boss is King K.Rool. I mean, who else did you expect it to be? So, he's got a pretty simple pattern. Basically everything is in intervals of 3. He's going to run across, then he's going to run across again a little bit faster. And like I said, intervals of 3. So he's going to run across, oh man, I can't believe I got hit there. If I die on this, I'm going to be like so embarrassed. Alright, now he's going to start jumping across and shooting out some cannonballs we're going to have to avoid. It's pretty simple. Just kind of make sure to watch out that they've fully cleared away before you try to jump over them. And I died there. Of course I did. I like never die at this guy because he's so easy. But I don't know. I hate to keep using the excuse that it's late and I'm tired, but it's late and I'm tired. Alright, so let's try this again. He's not going to do anything different this time, so... He runs pretty fast for a... Oh my gosh. Alright, I can't believe this is happening. Alright, well, let's do this. We gotta beat this guy. It's just one of my problems is anticipating when he's gonna throw the crown. There, see, like, he kind of waits a bit, so it kind of throws me off. I never know exactly how long to wait. Yeah, I kind of like to sort of jump through the gap between the two, as I was saying before, just to kind of make sure the cannonball's completely cleared the screen. Because I'm pretty sure even after it's bounced, it can still hit you. So, you know, you kind of have to be a little careful there. I've always liked jumping with them, too. And again, like I said, intervals of 3, so now it's going to come back and then go to the right again one more time. So just be a little bit quick there. There we go. Alright, buddy. Let's do this. Whew, see, he went like early that time. That almost caught me by surprise. Alright, so he goes down, we throw up the hat, and I guess that's going to be the end. Well, it's pretty anticlimactic. Alright, so we have the credits. Coding by Claptrap. Characters by Crusha. Yeah, pretty much everybody knows. Fake credits, the end. I mean, it wouldn't end like that, so... Alright, buddy, let's get back up. Let's go, let's finish this. Alright, so he's going to stand up, and this time he's going to sort of jump across. As you can see, he's going to take 2 hops. And then, again, like I said, intervals of 3, 2 hops, and then he's going to take a few more hops. Jump on him again. Take 2 hops. I think 4 hops it is. He's going to hop across one more time. Jump on him again, and there we go. That finishes it. So good. Didn't die twice. That would have been terrible. And yes, the banana falls, the victory music plays, and this is, of course, the real ending. Phew, so there we go. Finished off Donkey Kong Country, and that should be 101%. I kind of got paranoid about it at the end. I don't know, I guess that's just, I was afraid I would miss something and have to, like, go back through and record the whole thing again, you know? Yeah, go and look in your hoard, we'll be in for a surprise. Definitely gotta do it. Stop hitting him with a cane, man. You've beaten the Kremlings. And found absolutely everything. You're nearly as good as I used to be. And of course... Nice. That is a lot of bananas. Although, I mean, when you think about it, we fought like so many bosses that had all those huge piles of bananas. I mean, like, there is no way they could fit all of those in that little cave. But anyway, here's the credit sequence. Well, I guess this is more of the cast list, which is kind of cool. They're going to go through and show all the enemies, and it goes pretty quickly. So, you know, in case there were some enemies that you didn't quite know the names of, you can catch them here. This is where most people, you know, learn the names of all these things. Manky Kong. Mini Necky. Hate those guys. They're everywhere. They always get you in the worst spot. And of course, it's separated by category. It's bite size. You know, if you would have asked me that like as a trivia question, I would not have known that that thing was called bite size. That's not one that I remember. There's Chomps Jr. and then of course Chomps. And Clambo. Again, that's another one of those I probably wouldn't have known. A squidge, so he was supposed to be more like a squid. Whoa. Yeah, eat him. Get him. Oh, well, that's not cool. I was pulling for the shark on that one, man. Eat that thing. Get it out of the way. And, of course, all the various Kremlings. Clump. Crash. Yeah, you only see them in 2 levels. Different kinds of claptraps. Rock Croc. Yeah, I love that guy. 2 forms of Crusher. And, of course, the bosses. We pretty much already know their names. Very naughty. Oh, that's cool. It's like with the music. I don't know that I've noticed that before. Really naughty. Yeah, it is. That's kind of cool. And, of course, King k.rool. And see, that's pretty much it. Like I said, the cast list goes pretty fast. You know, in a game like this, it could go, like, really long if there were a ton of different types of enemies where you just, like, have to sit through it in order to see the ending. Like, at this point, I could reset and just kind of show you the 101% file, but, you know, what would be the fun in that? You know, when we were kids, we would sit here and watch this stuff, too. We wanted to know the names of these people. We wanted to see them come across the screen for one last time. No, Cranky, it's not your turn yet. So we gotta watch it. It's pretty cool. Is it you next? Oh, well, what do you know? It is actually you next. If we would have just sat there and waited, I guess we would have more screen time. And, of course, our 2 main heroes, Diddy and Donkey Kong. And I always like this little exchange they had at the end here. Like, of course, he does the victory pose, but they have, like, so many different animations that they never used in the game, like that, the poking on the shoulder. You know, like, all this stuff, they never actually use this throughout the game. This was just, like, specially made for the cast list sequence. So, I always liked that. I thought that was cool. Oh, man. Poor Diddy. Oh, man. See, I always loved that. I thought that was so cool. Like, that's just about as cool as, like, the intro to Super Mario 3, you know, with Mario and Luigi kind of duking it out. Alright, and here's the actual credits, so there you go. Not the claptrap k.rool credits or whatever. And it kind of sucks that they don't get first names. Like, I would feel kind of gypped, you know, if I was on the production team for this. I mean, I guess still just having your first initial and last name would be cool. But wouldn't it be cooler to see, like, your full name actually out there? I mean, there's plenty of room for it. I don't know why they couldn't have put it. But I guess being able to work on this game would have been cool anyway, so. So there you go. That's Donkey Kong Country, and it should be 101%. If it's not, I'm gonna, like, freak out, and things wouldn't be cool. But, yeah, it's a really fun one, and again, like I said, I've had a lot of memories with it. And that's basically one of the reasons why I bought the Super Nintendo. I mean, because I know we can do the emulator stuff, you know, we can play it with ROMs, we can hook up a USB controller, and it feels kind of like the real thing, but there's just something inherent about actually putting the cartridge into the console, you know, picking up the SNES controller, looking at it on your TV, stuff like that. It brings back a lot of memories, and you see all these things that you used to see, I mean, when we were kids, you know, playing this game for the first time. So it's cool to go back there. And I've played it through, like, this is pretty much the 4th time since I've owned the Super Nintendo that I've played it through. And I haven't played it through that many times even since I've had it on an emulator, you know. So it's just really cool to be able to play it like this, and lots of memories came back, you know. So there we go. Back out to the menu screen. It kicks you back so we can, I guess, see the percentage we got on our file. So let's start it up. Hey, there we go. 101%. And 124, wow, that was actually faster. I've been faster each time I've done this. Like 128 was the last time I did it, and then 135 before that, and then the 140 or whatever. So I'm getting a little better at it, I guess, but so definitely not a speed run by any stretch of the imagination, though. But it went pretty well. Only died a few times, and we got to see all 101%, so cool stuff. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and maybe you got to relive some memories from your childhood and all that, you know. Definitely a great game, one of the classics, one of the greatest ever, so good stuff. But I think that's about all there is to say here, so I am going to cut it out while Cranky's playing his old, record player there. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all later.